Alright. Okay. I don't know what the heck this is. Part 3, 4. I don't know what part we're at here. We're working on the motor again. So I'm getting ready to paint this up. I've checked all of my bolts on the timing setup and the hydraulic adjusters, and I still got to do some torques on the cam bearings, but I figured I should start getting this painted, because then we can get all the rest of this drives all together on here. So that's what we're working on right now. I've given this a coat of brake cleaner, and then I have my torch here, and I don't know if I'm going to get painting because the only brushes I can find are these. I'm hoping these will work. I usually like to use a bigger brush like that, because you can dab into the pores on the casting. So adding a little bit of heat, you burn that oil out of the pores and our paint will adhere better. And then we'll use a paintbrush. You'll see this changes color a little bit and gets wet looking, and you just keep heating that up. Usually you like to do this before you put the motor together, but I like to do things a little backwards. You can usually watch as it comes out. You'll see the moisture come out, the oil, and then you'll watch it burn off. So that's looking not too bad. I mean, we're not looking for a show motor. We're just looking for something that'll last a little while. Normal trim clad, this is what I painted my truck with. It's what I got kicking around. It's what I'm going to use. It's a primer right now, and then I got black somewhere else. And I use this stuff up because this is not going so good. This stuff froze and it's not doing so great. So if you take a look at this, you might see a problem that's going to come up in the future. If you just take a look at where I put the freeze plugs in on this side versus where the block heater is supposed to go, I may have switched two freeze plugs around, and that's going to come back to bite me. This is actually working not bad. I wasn't sure how it would do. And I am catching the head a little bit, the aluminum head. I'm not too concerned about that. Yes, this here will actually, because this is stamped, it's smooth, you'll get brush marks on it. This paint here, I used it to do my Dodge and do the whole frame and the inner fenders and inside the under the hood and stuff. When I rebuilt the motor on that, I made it all fandanglo. So this paint is old and it's getting clumps in it, so using it on this job here is good, because I tried to paint my front axle with this paint and it was clogging the crap out of my paint gun. I'm trying to use this up so I can go buy some new stuff.
Made it quite cumbersome and difficult to move. Not so much of a problem when you're standing around in trenches, and this meant that the gear was only generally worn during static engagements or defensive operations.
There's chunks of that bad paint coming off everywhere. But there's this valley here, there's basically just a big an insulated cover that goes in there. Rats chewed the shit out of that. So this is all covered up. I want this done by this year. I want that Jeep out of my garage. Oh God, look at that end's coming off of there. Well, I think this brush is toast. That end just broke off. Oh well. I think I'll toss this out. I can get these at the dollar store for nothing. I think I'm just going to throw this one out, and I got another one over there, or I can get Carrie to pick me up more. But I have to let this dry. I have to paint this side and the rest of the oil pan. The oil pan is going to have paint streak marks on it. Screw it. I don't care. But I also have to go out and check my little lammies, because we are a farm and we do have new lammies, and they have to take priority, because how else do I pay for all this crap, right? I'll have this side here painted up. I won't do any of that on the camera. I'll take and I'll heat this side up. I got to take this exhaust manifold off and heat this side up, and but I'll fast motion doing the black on this. But that doesn't look too bad, that oil pan, from a distance.
In a heartbeat. Yeah, like it's just
They just wanted
some damn insurance.
Yeah, they just wanted to get on the same healthcare plan, but the old ones denied them.
For whatever reason, too. It doesn't really say.
Well, because then their premium would go up. Because they're all healthy and fit. They don't want their premium.
This is a brand new light looking at this. The decision was the standard one.
Yeah.
And, true to his name, he didn't explain fully what was going to happen. And that they accepted.
They went willingly.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I don't know. Do they have a picture of him?
This is really signaling the end.
Well, that's about it. That is what it is. So the next thing I'm going to do is give this maybe 2 days to flash out here. But this will look pretty good. The only thing we're really going to see is going to be this point right here. The rest of this is covered with hoses, pipes, and stuff. I'm going to take the paintbrush and go over some of these drips to get them cleaned up. Because it does bother me. But screw it. This is going to dry to a semi-gloss black, not a gloss black. It'll be easier to find oil leaks and water leaks on it when we need to do it. And we'll be able to just touch it up if we ever feel like it with a spray can. So, yeah, for the most part, he's done. Paint is very dry. Mint, and that looks really good considering it's just a brush on. Don't look at, but it's time to start putting this sucker back together. The knock sensors that go here and here. The coolant temperature probe, oil pressure goes there. Cam position sensor. The oil fill tube. I've kind of gone through my gaskets yesterday to make sure I had everything. There's only a gasket that goes on this coolant port, and this one, and the rest gets RTV sealed. Well, there's no new O-ring on this. This is just another access for one of these bolts for your timing set. We'll put the exhaust manifolds on. I've got to clean up this mounting surface for the oil filter, and then got a little bit of paint on there. Anyways, this is a ground point here. So there's two big major grounds on the motor. One is here and one is here, I think. EGR system goes here. This is for fuel injector, fuel injector, fuel injector. I'm not putting the injectors in permanent right now because I think I have one that was throwing a code. This one here has oil all over it, and you can see I think this O-ring's gone, but I got all new O-rings for this. That didn't get painted because I think it would have been too much green. I can start working on this right now, get that out of the way. Well, that needs a gasket too, or O-ring. This is an insulation thing. I don't know what the heck you'd call it, but as you can see, the mice got into that. There was a bunch of mice junk in here. Little shits. Oh, maybe I shouldn't put that on right away. Anyways, knock sensors don't exactly have a side they go on. Through in there like that, and these go out the back side. So, ta-da. A little bit of routing to these wires, as you can see. See if I can remember this here. They did come out one right there. And one came out over the top and one came out on the bottom. Is that how that worked? Where the heck is my other one? And then, did I put it up there? No, there it is. Jeez, so much mess here. Yeah, so. Coolant sensor right there, closed end on it, the pipe thread fitting. And then this is your oil pressure sensor. A special socket fits that. A different kind. Oh, can you even see in there? It's a special kind of, it's a 6-point, but it's kind of rounded on the corner. There's an oil port right there. I should do it right now, is put a bolt in here and crank the motor over without the valve covers to make sure we're getting no binding anywhere. Because I haven't done that yet. But I'll do that right now. I'll just crank position sensor, cam position sensor. So, I'm just gonna pop these out of the way. I'm gonna try to pop these out of the way. There we go. I need new intake gaskets. I got brand new ones with my master gasket set. She don't look terrible. That just sits on there. Perfect. Just to seal the hole, I think I'll just throw these on and I'll get the plugs after. Or should I put the plugs on now? Should go get the plugs now is what I should do. So what I will do is, well, is that going to come off? Oh yeah. So there's the brand new gasket, pretty blue. Don't think I need a new O-ring for this. We'll worry about that later. There we go. There we go. I need to go upstairs into my shop and grab some other stuff for this. I gotta remember to, I gotta get a torque wrench for this. I've got to go get some thread dope for this pipe plug here. I need to get the spark plugs and clean those off. Oh, brake cleaner too. That's what I gotta get too, because I gotta clean off some of these surfaces before they go together. My gasket kit didn't come with a gasket for this, but because this is an exhaust gasket, it is a steel gasket. There it is. It's a steel gasket, and it's got this raised ridge around it. So I'm just gonna have to reuse this and hope that that ridge is, I mean, it still looks like it's got a rise to it. So I'm gonna have to reuse this, but I gotta brake clean that all off. Oh, and then a razor blade for cleaning this stuff up in a wire wheel. That's what else I need. Sounds like the spider dog is going crazy. And maybe the dipstick for this too. I'm probably going to forget half this stuff. We'll probably be up and down. So might need to clean this up too. Yes. Oh, block heater. Ah, yeah. Block heater. I forgot about that. Not in my box of goodies. Negative on that. Yeah, so this will go across here. Ta-da. There we go. Montebella. Montebella. And hopefully we'll get to that door with this by the end of the day. That would be mint. Okay, I gotta head out and figure this stuff out. So the joy that is my shop. Half the stuff I was looking for I couldn't find. Block heater, don't know where that is. Found the cord that connects to it. Spark plugs, don't know where that is. Found all the old pistons and bearings for this. Found the wiring harness for everything. I found the dipstick tube and the transmission tube. Like, I found the crank. I don't know where I put the spark. Oh, they might be in front of the Jeep. Oh, there's a pile of stuff in front of the Jeep with the transmission and transfer case. Can't find my razor blades. Don't know where I put those at. Ta-da! At least I got this. How good is this without anything else? But hey, at least we can seal this hole up. Ta-da! Finished. Outside. I was looking for my deep 10mm socket for this thing. I can't find that. It was in my socket set. Do I know where I put it? I don't know where I put it. So put these coil packs in, because then we can tighten this all down evenly. There we go. It only goes on one way. Damn it. Can we put this valve on without it interfering with anything? Or this pipe? I think we can. That's what goes there. And then this goes on to the other side. Heat shield will go on. Come on. Come on, you son of a... Get on there. There we go. I think that's got it. Next. There we go. There we go. Just get it closer, but still wiggly. That's too tight. Good enough. Okay, so where's those fire starters? There they are. Good enough. So I don't really want to put the injector harness on too much right now. I'm just afraid it might be in the way. This one here, I think is the one that's going. It's got a lot of oil seepage past it. I got this on here. Did find my razor blades, cleaned off the oil fill, and I just got to finish doing this surface here. So that we can gasket that all up. I changed the gasket on the back side of this. These are for the heater hoses here. These one here will fit onto this stud that goes on here, and this one here goes on this one right here. Oh, I put the spark plug wires on. I plugged these holes because I was working on the fuel rails, and these little 10 mil bolts here, if they fell into these spark plug holes, I would have been in for a world of hurt. But anyways, oh, and then I put this plug in. So this here I got put in. This is going to stay on for now, the fuel rail, because I won't lose anything or get any gunk in that hole. I have to go out and take care of some stuff for the sheep. Just before I go away, I think I'm going to just put this on here again to seal this up so that no little rodent monsters get into this. Water pump goes right here. Water pump is sitting right there. Idler pulley goes right here. I gotta find a couple more fasteners. I don't know where I put them. I will find them later. That's the idler and tensioner. And then there is another seal that goes in right in there. But as you can see, I can't get to it with my engine stand in the way. So, and then the motor mount goes, I believe, right in here. This nut wouldn't let go, and it ended up twisting and breaking the ground cable for this side. So I have to put a new end on that side. Power steering pump goes right here and blocks it all. So when I was taking this motor out, the thermostat housing goes right here. It goes that way because it goes to the, this thing is plastic, and well, I hooked it and broke it. I have another one that I got off a parts motor. There's the front diff. There's a transfer case. I think that's hooked to the transmission. Box of starter, alternator. There's the motor mounts right there. There's a power steering pump. I actually might throw some of these on to make sure I got all the fasteners, and then I'll take them apart when I get out. What the heck is this? Starter heat shield. Yes. So it's been living in here so long. There's more. There's a transmission cross member. There's a front diff cross member. There's an oil drain. This has been living in here so long that it's turned into a storage. There's a drive shaft, there's a jack, there's a radiator. I'm gonna have to get a new radiator or transmission cooler, because the transmission, when it failed, sent junk through the cooler, so it needs to be replaced. Sway bar? No, transmission dipstick. There's a sway bar. There's half shafts for the front end. There's seats for my Dodge project. Oh, like I said, stuff gets turned into storage, man. There's a electric fan. There's transmission cooler lines. Those either need to get flushed out or replaced. There's my two cranks. There's my other flywheel for this. I have two flywheels, two crankshafts. There's a front drive shaft, computer, and then don't mind the rest of the disaster in here, because like I said, here's a box full of parts. These look like head bolts. There's bearings. So that's what is it? That's a rod bearing. There's the old oil pump. As your crank spins, crankshaft, it'll turn. Oh, okay. It'll basically turn this piece right here that I'm wiggling. Here's the old timing guides. So those were time to go. There's the windage tray. This uses a rod to hold the hood up. There's a transmission. There's torque converter. There's the old torque converter. The Jeep has to come out. Then it has to turn around and face in. But I need to snowplow down this way to the basement door so we can yank that engine out that way. I torqued these down, the bearing caps. I torqued the, this is a cam sprocket. So this is 90 foot-pounds on this one. These are 8.75 foot-pounds or 100 inch-pounds. And then I have cranked the motor over to make sure all of our valves are not running interference and everything seems to be smooth as butter as the thing turns over. I have removed the fuel injectors so that I could do that because it was building quite a bit of compression, which is a good thing. I do have to put break-in oil on these chains here and then crank it over, but I'm going to wait to do that until I get a little bit further to put this front timing cover on. I did take and scrape down and cleaned off this whole timing mating surface here. Well, that's good to go. I found my spark plugs. They're actually sitting in a bag right over here. So that's freaking mint as well. I don't know why they were here. So I just gotta clean them up. These here are 18. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. These are 18 foot-pounds. There. Come on, get on there. 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 I already did this one by accident. There. There. So, what we'll do now too is pop these little things out here. So they just pull right out of the hole. And we'll replace all of these seals, gaskets. I got two here, but so we're replacing this gray one with this one here, just like that. There we go. And then push that sucker on there and there. So I mean you can see the difference from one side to the other. I will go ahead and get all these done. Valve cover gasket. Yeah, it's getting hard, so time to replace. Anyways, back has that little pull tab. Haha. This was almost a disaster. Not these. I got the O-rings silicone sealed in. We've got a nice bead of silicone around everything, but I almost forgot to do this. Is your crank pulley seal. I almost forgot to do that before it was on here. It's a lot easier to do this off of the motor than on. These chains are all lubricated up. Before I put the valve covers on, I lubricated all these. This thing cranks over beautifully, so I put some of my assembly lube just on the chain. These are all coolant ports. I don't want any coolant to come through here and into here. It'll wreck everything we've done. So, all right, I don't know where I left off on this video because it's now been like a day since I since I had finished buttoning this whole thing up. I thought I lost the other stud. I'll show you. That's what happened. You can see the ground didn't let go when I was undoing this and undoing this. It didn't let go. I got to put it in my vise and I got to put a new ground clamp on that, or end on the wiring harness. Just clean that up a bit. I did too when I was putting the water pump on. Timing cover's all bolted up. You can see the silicone come through there. I'm still really nervous about the water port there and there with that O-ring, and then that one at the top. I think that's a terrible design, but we got lots of silicone on there. Hopefully she holds. And you can see it all coming through there. It might be a little bit on the inside of the case, but it looks all right. Valve covers, we did those. Yes. Put this on. Another crankcase vent. I gotta go get another hose for this. It cracked. I should be able to just use something. I don't know. I'll see what they got at the parts store for pre-formed parts. I still can't find my block heater. I got the motor mounts upstairs. I did start cleaning up the shop a little bit, and I have been cleaning up and organizing my tools. When I was cleaning up, that's when I found that. The big thing that happened that I got to finish is Loctiting some of these bolts here on this case. Make sure she's locked down. I found this is a what the heck is this? This fastener, and then there's a long one through here, and your air conditioner pump goes there. Long bolt here. This fastener is battery thing, alternator. There we go. I'm not putting this one on thermostat housing just yet. Water pump, I changed out the gasket on that. You can see why they give you a new one when they get brittle like this. They're junk. That's even though that was a new water pump. Before I took the winter before, the spring before this, the transmission failed and the motor came out for a rebuild. I put a new water pump, thermostat, and block heater in. So that's why I want to find my block heater. So that's how fast they go. I do have a fan to go on here. We'll go into that later. There is 1, 2, 3 long bolts that go through here that fasten from the water pump to the block. And then the rest are short. I forgot that when I was putting this together, I didn't think I had one right here. And I thought they were supposed to be a long fastener, so I was like running around. I think it was 9 o'clock before I had the one short one sticking out, or out here, and I kept thinking, where'd I screw up? I had to put it in there, so I knew it was time to call it quits on that project there. So, still have to get the spark plugs into this, but I am cleaning up around here now to truck this thing outside. I've been trying to figure out a way to test and make sure that I'm not going to have a leak through those O-rings and that seal gasket right here. Unfortunately, it's just going to have to fill it with coolant and make sure it doesn't mix with the oil, because you'll be able to tell on the dipstick. Yeah, other than that, pretty sure she's ready to go. There's a few more things. I'm not going to accessory drive this too much until I get it in. I got to put a crank on still too. Crank pulley is upstairs. I got to figure out which one of those two have to go on here. All right. I have moved the Jeep a touch. Don't mind everything that was on the Jeep and in front of the Jeep, not quite everything, is on the sides of the Jeep. The Jeep and here and here. Don't mind that. Ignore that. Don't look at that. Okay. But transmission transfer case ready to go. Now look at that. I'm hoping with Carrie's help we're going to push this thing out through here and then down, and then there's no sheep down here. So I got this all snow plowed out yesterday. This was a sheet of ice yesterday, and overnight it is melting out. That's how warm it is at the end of January. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a crazy. So yeah, if you take a look, see what we got here. Yeah, the mouse has been all over this. I gotta finish my hood struts too. I gotta add the other one to that side and then get rid of this. Okay, I'm gonna sweep out a bit of this here so that I can bring the motor right here, and then transmission and those cross members in. I need a transmission cooler because it's contaminated from the bad transmission when the transmission fried out. I need to take the injectors in to get tested. Oil filter. I need transmission fluid and filter. I need oil. I need coolant. I need exhaust manifold clamps. So where the exhaust bolts to the manifold, I need clamps for that, special clamps. They rusted out, and I was lucky to get this exhaust off. But there's like a square sheet metal clamp that goes around this. So I could either replace it with a nut and bolt, or I could see if I can't find something a little bit sturdier. I need an O2 sensor This one here, this plug is fried. So I need a new O2 sensor. And I gotta try and get the exhaust off so that I can, I can just clamp it the way it is. I could try and heat this up and get this off. This is where the original clamp is. But when you're underneath that thing, this thing was rusted on, so I cut this here. So I could just use this clamp. This is what's all over this truck here. So I could just use that clamp and just put it together. Or I could pull this off, re-weld this together, heat this clamp up, take this clamp off. Well, I mean, with the heat I put in from welding, I should loosen that off. Just use that clamp. Sounds good. And then I need a block heater. There's the front diff. I need diff oil. Oh, I got diff oil, I think. Transfer case oil. And then I got the riv nuts to put the skid plating on. I got the engine fan is sitting in there. What else do we need for this? That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, these things right here. These are the stupid things they use for the exhaust. You see, it's it's sheet metal that captures a nut. And then what happens is this seizes in here, and it spreads the sheet metal apart, and then it just spins and spins and spins and spins. So I need to figure out a better plan. And then that thing, oh, and then I got your LED headlights I got to put in this. And then I need to finish off this hood strut, and then your LED cube lights. And then there's a bit of rust. Should I fix this? We'll just run this the way it is, and I'll fix your other door. I think I'm gonna let this down. I'm gonna let this down here. Yeah, we'll let this down because we can wheel it on this. I don't want to try and get any further in. Watch that fork, make sure it's up. Okay, perfect. Holy balls, that was nerve-wracking. That's a lift point for the motor, eh? So just wanted to throw that nut on there. This wasn't the best nut, but thankfully it didn't strip out or that didn't bend. Holy sh! Well, I don't ever want to do that again.
No.
I wasn't exactly sure how we were getting this out of the basement. Like I knew it was just a bare block that I could pick the block up. There was no. So we'll get the tractor out the way. I'll just push it out of the way. I'll just get it out of the way. It's good. No worries. those. I gotta find my things for putting these skid plates on.
Yeah, we had them somewhere.
I think that I found them. They're in the Jeep. Oh, I'm so glad that worked out okay. Now that's all in here. What the heck is in here? Oh, alternators and crap. And then the exhaust. Sweet. Sheep would find their way through, yeah. Yeah, so this whole thing here, this whole piece here that the power steering sits on, drops out the bottom. And then the engine goes in here. The front diff bolts across here into that. Probably go check our little guys, eh?
Yeah, I think it's bottle time.
Hi, Scooter. Hi, Scooter. Hey, Gremlin. No, Gizmo. And then there's the two sisters. You're very vocal, Gizmo. Hi, Gizmo. There's Scooty. There's Pirate. Hi, guys. Hey, buddy. Hey, sweet. You're teaching her how to come. Really? You're getting too big for that, bud. You're fine. Gizmo. Hey, come on, Scooter. Come on, Scooter. Come on in. Good boy, Scoot.
Gizmo.
Do you want me to take Scooter? Who do you want me to take here? Okay, hey, Snow. Is there Snow? No, it's Pirate. Okay. Scooter, come here. Okay, you don't get any happy.
Happy. Yes, that one is your milk. This is the problem I deal with.
Scooter. I'll pick him up. He likes to be picked up.
Happy.
Yeah, it's the milk that saved Happy. There we go. Gizmo. Holy smokes, how much did you get on this bottle?
9.
No, that's what you drink now, is it? He's ramped up finally.
You don't want? Okay.
Good boy, Scooter. Wow, he sure picked up, didn't he, from a little lamb that wouldn't take him. Here we go, Scooter.
Happy does not need bottle.
Oh, here comes, that's just a random, hi little girl. Girls, hi girls.
Happy.
Your mom has good milk.
Happy
Scooty.
Hobbs.
You doing good, bud? You need to be picked up, is that what you need? Okay, yeah, I'll pick you up, okay? This is what you need. When you finish the bubble, you need the last pickup. See, there we go. He won't finish it unless you pick him up. The little
He's
girl.
gonna get too big for that.
But I'm hoping he'll start just cranking out a bottle. Who you got there, Pirate?
The pirate. Looks like he's right here.
That's Snowy. Hi, Bobby. There's my daddy. Wants a Bob? There, he just polished off 9. Can't use it anymore anyways. That's 9 gone. Whoa, why?
I said I want more.
Yeah, what the heck?
If any more from here, I'll let you have it.
Is there any more in the container up at the house?
In the fridge, yeah.
Oh, it needs to be heated up.
Yeah.
Hi, Scooter. Yes, I get it. Hi. Hi, you're doing so good. You're not even really hunched up too much anymore. You're starting to put on weight again? Thank you.
Horny.
Scooter's still. Come here, Pirate. Oh. Oops, I dropped one. Here, I got this. She's getting heavy. How you doing, girls? Hi, Bubby. What's going on? You're undoing my shoes. One of the girls.
Get your
Pirates.
Okay.
Hey, Pirates.
Snowflake.
Good girl. Go play. Snowflake. Okay. Right here. No, that's not Snowflake. No. Pick her up. She saw doggy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You troublemaker. She does feel pretty full. Eh? She might have taken everything from Mom.
Yeah, so good to stuff it in our
Oh
mouth.
yeah, I know. Gotta keep these little girls.
Okay. Oh, and Gizmo's right there.
Hey, Gizzy. Come on.
I got knocked off of it. Are you full? Did you drink enough? You kind of got knocked off of it and then you didn't really want any more, but you were powering it down. Oh, you're done.
Hey, triplets are good. Scooter's good. Go to the barn. Look here. Hi, what's up, little lady? CTL.
CTL Joy.
You guys are looking good, little ones. How's the men's club? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and many. Hi, Queenie. Hey, Faith. Frosticles. Fancy. Lizzie Tilly. Freight train. Bye, Georgia.